Good evening, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and listening to the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I'm your host for the evening. My name is Badhun Dash, I'm from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and certified international educational and training institute. In last years, we already served 35 billion plus knowledge care from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social and globally recognized and reportable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective training is one skill just backward in formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners to respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corner of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 million services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and wellness platform for other and journalists which can update all day. Free audio website, free course conversation. We help to empower you to learn to we implement our training program, webinar, and offline online courses for you to learn by professional training speaker and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by global renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personality. Speaking knowledge is crucial for the state of global professional. We believe that knowledge is love, light, and passion. So we try to understand each student generation and we start to research and practice. We must have a genuine concept for the learner to present more diversity, growth, and innovation and regard to leadership session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. As a member are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and knowledge. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. So suppose it will be very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, we will continue our support. We already completed 2084 webinar successfully. Moving to our next, we will continue our support. We already completed 2084 webinar successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website price for everyone. We already launched our new where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But the strong one is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information, you'll enjoy our feature with mismatched data, you cannot do anything. From now on, if you participate in live quiz competition on our website, we replace slide, you have to join regular on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and accommodated because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimitedly if you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download the certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, you can download the certificate of participation. If you are selected lifetime membership, then you can download the certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function which organizes comments about the IGP, you can download that also. You can actually prepare and download 18 certificate from our website certificate of global professional membership, certificate of global group, certificate of active knowledge, certificate of social activity junior pattern, certificate of achievement, IGP knowledge seeing them by 2020, 2021, and 2022, certificate of participation series 1, OPS teaching learning, certificate of participation series 2, teaching for foreign language and assessment. Certificate of participation series 3 is classroom engagement 2, certificate of participation series 4, official also leadership and management skills. Certificate of participation series 5, the new trend in education, certificate of participation series 6, standard innovation in mathematics education. Certificate of participation series 7, research comprehension approach, certificate of participation series 8. Art in teaching a special program in the arts, certificate of participation series 9, 21st century student teaching mathematics, certificate of IGP corporate ambassador, certificate of IGP campus ambassador. Quick prepare download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in thousands plus international level quizzes with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens. communication tools for teachers. You can even check out our Tutorial Student Services website for free and many more. There are well vision we promised previously, but lack of technical problem may late sending on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous conditions, solve solution from our website. Now you can enroll, reset, password, everything. You can check your details for all our details. This is a tutorial request to check all button pages on our website. Should like and see good benefits. Thank you, but without an account of login, you're going to enjoy our service. At present, we are going to start our 2085 webinar, which name is Hidden Curriculum, and today our Hidden Curriculum in Education. And today our speaker name is Dr. Samia Ismail Sheikh. She is from Palestine. Before I hand over this to our speaker ma'am, I'll share a little bit about her. Manager in Ministry of Education and Higher Education, Palestine. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with now very important moment from that to IGP presentation. We are trying to correct our speaker, so please wait, dear participant. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, yes. Can you hear me? It's okay.
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you, ma'am. This is you can.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm so sorry, but I will not be able to open my camera because the net in Gaza is very weak. First of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening for everybody all over the world, for our lovely and dear knowledge seekers. It's very nice to meet you today in my new lecture, which is entitled Hidden Curriculum in Education. First of all, I want all of you to pray for my family in Gaza because they are suffering from the savage war over Gaza from the barbaric Israeli attack. I hope that all of them will be good, inshallah, and may Allah be mercy upon them. My lecture today is called or entitled, Hidden Curricula in Education. The hidden curriculum is all those things that we teach in schools that aren't written down in syllabus documents. There is a difference. Something which is different from the visible curriculum is what we are told to teach, such as or like mathematics, science, languages, and so forth. But there is a lot more that goes on at school besides. In fact, school is a place where we are subtly taught how to behave, walk, speak, wear our clothing, interact, and so on. I'm sure you have experienced it. All the teachers have experienced this hidden curriculum. A teacher at the front of the classroom yells out to you, don't speak out of turn. Teaching you when to speak is not a part of the curriculum. The teacher isn't paid to ensure you are aware of when and how to speak to people. But they reinforce this rule anyway. And generally, most parents and politicians generally agree that teachers do and should reinforce these small, subtle rules. Something else I'm going to tell you um, about hidden curriculum. Examples in morals, for example, schools ensure that the moral fabric of a society is passed down from one generation to the next. We are taught not to steal, how to be polite, to respect our leaders or elders, and so on and so forth. And in the norms, things that have become normal in our society are retaught to us in school. Putting your hand up to signify you want to speak isn't something that's natural. We weren't born knowing it. We have just decided that it's a norm. And now we pass that rule on from one generation to the next. The same goes with tucking your shirt and to look neat. We just pass this on from one generation to the next because we were taught this by our teachers back in the day. Also, in the power of hierarchies, many theorists believe that a main role of school is to reinforce power hierarchies. In other words, the local government school is designed to remind the working class that they are born to work. The posh school down the street is there to teach young people from the wealthier classes how to be bosses. Also, in gender roles, one part of the power hierarchy that might be reinforced in school is gender roles. Research shows that boys get a lot more attention from their teachers than girls. Some teachers might also treat girls and boys differently. This hidden pattern of behaviors might reinforce gender disparities between girls and boys. Um, Also, as a definition for Bostorm in 2010, argues that the hidden curriculum refers to student learning that is not described by curriculum planners to teachers as an explicit aim of instruction, even though it results from deliberate practices and organizational structures. Another definition is where surveys different approaches to the hidden curriculum and argues that each definition shares the common belief that the hidden curriculum is the elements of socialization that take place in school, including norms, values, and belief systems. Alsby argues that hidden curriculum refers to the unspoken or implicit values, behaviors, procedures, and norms that exist in educational settings. Now, if we want to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of the hidden curriculum, let us first of all take the advantages of the hidden curriculum. Concerning the advantages, it helps prepare us for life in a society beyond school. Then, or the second point, or the second advantage or merit, that teachers you can teach children to obey elders. The third advantage is it helps maintain law and order. And over all of these things, you can teach your students most of values, morals, the system, everything you want to teach your students, not in a direct way, but through your way of teaching your students. About the disadvantages, first of all, it reproduces social class inequalities. Then it's outdated social roles and reinforced. And the third one, minorities are expected to assimilate to the majority culture. These are the disadvantages of the hidden curriculum. And when the teacher is not in a good moral, the students will take his ways of behavior, and they will imitate him. This is another disadvantage. When the teacher is in a bad mood and in a bad behavior, the students will imitate him directly without even thinking about that. Um, students are usually divided according to the way of teaching them, according to their teacher. But in fact, in our hidden curriculum, we always try to let students accept or take the good ways of or the good morals we want them to know about how to teach now, or how to understand things. Now I want to talk about the meaning of hidden curriculum. I'm going to repeat it, then some examples of it, then the characteristics of the hidden curriculum, then addressing the hidden curriculum. What is meant by the term hidden curriculum? I think that I said to you in the beginning of my lecture about the meaning of it, but I'm going to repeat it once more to make it clearer. The hidden curriculum is all the things that students pick up throughout their academic career that is not explicitly taught as a part of the formal curriculum. They can include social lessons, work habits, values, and perceptions. If you want to talk about the characteristics of the hidden curriculum, some of the characteristics of the hidden curriculum are the expectations and values that are often implied through lessons, the hidden meanings in how rules are applied differently depending on the students and also depending upon the teachers. The hidden curriculum also has significant social characteristics that, like the need to conform and not be oneself. If we want to talk about some examples of the hidden curriculum to make it clearer and to make you understand that, one example of the hidden curriculum is seen when students read literature that portray boys and girls into their traditional respective roles. Another example is when certain rules and expectations are implied and not taught directly, as I told you before. Think about what children learn in school: math, science, reading, writing. There are so many concepts, skills, and benchmarks that need to be met through at school or a school's curriculum. However, students learn many other things in school, and many of these things are not explicitly taught or even considered. The hidden curriculum comes in many different forms and can shape from teacher directions to group interactions. The following are some examples of how the hidden curriculum might work in a classroom. First of all, in interpretation. How? Suppose a class is working with base 10 blocks. The teacher's instructions are to use the blocks to make the number 230. All the students have been formally instructed to attempt to make 230 blocks. The teacher then observes one student building a tower with their remaining blocks after making 230. The teacher walks over and audibly tells the student not to make a tower with the blocks. A student across the room hears the teacher but builds a tower regardless. While the student behavior might look defiant on the surface, it might be that they did not interpret the teacher correctly. He understood the words of the teacher in another way, so he built the tower in the remaining blocks. The hidden instruction was not to make a block tower, but some students might not catch on to it. Every student understand the instructions in his different way, and so this student didn't understand that he shouldn't make a tower like this. One thing is to understand is that the hidden curriculum is uninternational or unintentional. There is no intended effect to not teach specific lessons for implied values. The hidden curriculum appears in different ways, and the following are some of the examples of their characteristics and how to spot them. For example, if you want to talk about point of view or a perspective, when a teacher describes a historical event or talks about character motivations, what perspective they are using. For example, a teacher with, for example, the current war over Gaza might describe the events of this war in a very different way, thus changing the perspectives of their students. In this case, that would be a good thing. However, consider another teacher perspective when teaching about the trial of other wars. The second thing is when we talk about roles and enforcement, individuals have experienced a situation where the rules applied more strictly to one person than they did the other. When this happens in the classroom or the school, it can send hidden messages to the observing students. For example, if a black student is always punished more harshly than a white student, it may come off that they are somehow poorer behaved. Also, we can, through strategies, often the hidden curriculum disadvantages students of color and economic levels, but there are times when that is not the case. It has been proven that different students learn in different ways. Suppose a teacher is always teaching a style that benefits auditory learners. In that case, the visual and kinesthetic learners may begin to think that they are slower and less able than the students who better fit the teaching style. Now, in unwritten or unofficial lessons, while searching their curriculum guide in math or social studies, most teachers will find that there is not a chapter dedicated to teaching how to work together as a group. They are countless online and bookstores resources, but they are rarely part of the formal curriculum. As a result, if the teacher does not explicitly teach lessons on working together as a group, students will become confused about how to interact. A few more instances of unwritten or unofficial lessons are the following. For example, a teacher scolds a student because they did not sharpen their pencil, even though it was not explicitly taught as a rule. Sorry. A new student has to sit out recess because they ran up the slide, even though there was no sign stating the rule and no one taught them otherwise. The hidden curriculum concept dates back to now we are going to address the hidden curriculum. When does it begin? The hidden curriculum concept dates back to the 1960s. 1960s, yes, when educational psychologists began to see learning and social development patterns. It appeared that students tended to take on values and social cues from the dominant groups in their educational environment. It was also observed that teachers were often and unknowingly teaching in ways that presented assumed values and preferences that were not explicitly taught. If you want to talk about issues of hidden curriculum in schools, plenty of hidden curriculum issues are hard to see on the surface. But when the layers are peeled back, it is easier to understand the effect on students from the earliest ages. Let us talk about other examples of hidden curriculum issues that teach or taught. In lesson summary, the hidden curriculum and education are the lessons, values, and habits students learn that are not explicitly taught through the formal curriculum. A hidden curriculum happens unintentionally and is most disadvantageous to students and can appear when the teacher's directions are implicit and the curriculum fulfills stereotypical roles and social interactions in the student environment. Sometimes teachers teach from a particular viewpoint, and rules are applied to different students at varying degrees. The hidden curriculum concept began during, as I said, the late 1960s, and many of the most prominent educational psychologists have agreed with the assessment. Additionally, there is added emphasis on the unintended forcing of gender roles early in modern education. Some of the most significant issues with the hidden curriculum center around the forcing of gender roles, cultural bias, student habits, and socialization. Now, a hidden curriculum, as I said, can be defined as the lessons that are taught informally and usually unintentionally in a school system. They include behaviors, as I said, perspectives and attitudes that students pick up while they are at school. This is constructed or contrasted with the formal curriculum, such as the courses and activities students participate in. The hidden curriculum begins early in a child's education. Students learn to form opinions and ideas about their environment and their classmates. For example, children learn appropriate ways to act at school, meaning what's going to make them popular with teachers and students. They also learn what is expected of them. For example, many students pick up on the fact that year-end test scores are what really matter. These attitudes and ideas aren't taught in any formal way, but kids absorb and internalize them through natural observation and participation in classroom and social activities. Now let us talk about areas of hidden curriculum. Areas of hidden curriculum in our schools that mold perspectives of students deal with issues such as gender, morals, social class, stereotypes, cultural expectations, politics, and language. Gender roles, for example, becomes very apparent in early grades when socialization becomes divided into boys and girls. Many books at this young age support the idea of gender separation, which is in turn encourages these norms in early years. The importance of boys' athletics used to be a clear example of hidden curriculum. But since the passage of many schools districts have strived for a greater balance for girls and boys teams. Hidden curriculum often found within the formal curriculum of a school. This may be partially in what is not taught. For example, if an English class one assigns reading material with something which main characteristics or characters or with stories set, for example, in the United States or in any country, this may teach students, including English learners, that our school systems don't appreciate other cultures, languages. The influence of this can lead to a negative self-image or a hatred for reading. This is one of the disadvantages of the hidden curriculum. About addressing the hidden curriculum, many educational theorists and child development specialists dating back, as I said, to the 1960s have weighed in on the controversial topic of identifying hidden curriculum and how to change it. Some of the most well-known education researchers, including John Dewey, Henry Giroux, and Paulo Freire, have been involved in the discussion. These researchers discuss how hidden curricula are usually one-sided and reflect the attitudes and beliefs of the dominant class. Their goal has been to raise the generation awareness of hidden curriculum in our schools in order to make education system progressive and accessible for students of all cultures, linguistics, and social backgrounds. If we want to talk also about okay, there are some ways to harness the hidden curriculum. Okay, academics and education researchers have long used the phrase hidden curriculum to describe, as I said, the subtle processes that determine achievement in schools. First introduced by the social scientist Philip Jackson in 1968. The hidden curriculum includes implicit rules and norms that educators pass on without consciously realizing or teaching them, including interactions, as we said before, systems, relationships, communication styles, and behaviors that take place in school. I believe that hidden curriculum contains usable strategies for getting ahead in life. The way our formal curricula are structures, largely focusing on names, dates, and figures, and then requesting students to such information does not leave room for life lessons on how to succeed. All students need a chance to learn about the social, cultural, and environmental resources at their disposal for when they get stuck with real life problems that they have to figure out on their own. What they need then is a hidden curriculum. The hidden curriculum encompasses unspoken norms within the dominant cultural context of education, implying how students should think, speak, and behave to achieve academic success. But to learn the hidden curriculum, one must, of course, have access to it, because the hidden curriculum is implicitly passed on rather than explicitly taught. It remains a restricted and exclusive resource available only to those students already familiar with its conventions. For example, the children's curriculum is often inaccessible for some students who are overrepresented in school sessions and placement into remedial and specialized education programs. and underrepresented in honors courses, for example. The way to remedy these disparities is to unhide the children or the hidden curriculum altogether and intentionally teach it to all students. Until we do that, we will continue to sort students inequitably, inhibiting the opportunities students need to become scholastically successful. When we keep the hidden curriculum covert, we only maintain our status quo by perpetuating the persisting opportunity gaps. Plaguing our schools. This school here, I propose we expose the hidden curriculum and harness the life lessons it contains to give all students a fairer shot at achievement. Starting with these three main pillars. There are three main pillars we're going to talk about to harness the curriculum or carrying out the hidden curriculum. First of all, affirm for all students that school is a place where they belong and are valued. You are going to grant this value in the minds of your students. School is a time when many students are figuring out their identities. Educators must work to offer students opportunities that help them see their learning as relevant to who they are and what they value. Formal curricula expect students to make these connections on their own with little to no guidance. As a result, many students feel disconnected from their school environments, unable to find personal meaning or relevance in their learning. Harnessing the hidden curriculum helps students achieve by closing that distance between the school and self, to remove the gap between school and self. To do so, educators must help students feel fully invited to discuss topics that matter to them in educational contexts and create opportunities that encourage students to forge connections between academics and the outside world. Some schools, for example, offer after-school programs where students can engage with age-appropriate books that cannot be taught during school hours. Um, Also, organizations, in order to learn skills related to causes they care about, students with access to such opportunities become deft at aligning their own interests with whatever is mandated and or that they learn, and educators play a key role in supporting such alignment. When educators view students as stakeholders of their school and their community, they create opportunities for students meaningfully engage in conversations around historic contexts and contemporary issues that matter to them. This is the first point in harnessing hidden curriculum. The second point is bolster students' confidence by increasing representation. We must work to increase the visibility of the marginalized and underrepresented communities within school spaces so that students who come from these backgrounds feel confident about participating in academic environments. For example, let us talk about one who's called take Jay, for example. He's up in the South Bronx, for example, and every day on his way to school, he walked by multiple gangs who tried to recruit him. Yes, although he was academically gifted, Jay wasn't sure if he could actually go to college because he knew a few people who did. In his junior year of high school, his principal started a peer mentoring program where college students from the surrounding neighborhood came to the school to offer tutoring help. When Jay saw kids going to college who looked like him, talked like him, and shared the same interests and ideas as him, he realized he could go someday too. This is an example for someone who's called Jay, and he always they were bullying him, and he couldn't, or he wasn't sure that he will go someday or someday to a college. But when he found that in a camp, when his teachers make a camp, for example, for him, or when he mixed him with other people thinking like him, shared his ideas, shared his interests, and they took like him, he realized that he could someday go to the college. The implicit rules and social norms of the hidden curriculum help students learn how to ask for help, how to network, and how to offer themselves as a resource to others too. They are tools for life. These are tools for life. By keeping these tools hidden, educators restrict them to students already considered achievers rather than making them available to all students. Exposing the hidden curriculum might mean bringing in community members to help expand students' notions of success through representation. As I told you about Jay's principal did. It might mean having a more diverse teaching force in a school to help children of all backgrounds achieve and buy in. Filling these gaps in human capital can be challenging, but doing so is part of helping all students see themselves helping them access the social opportunities they need to thrive. In the third and last point, we are going to talk about how to support students to harness hidden curriculum. You are going to support the student and teacher mental health by building relationships. Young people today are experiencing record low mental health. Indicators such as anxiety, depression, and isolation. At the same time, qualified professionals are filling our public education system in record numbers through a national teacher shortage. These are not mutually exclusive phenomena. While our former curricula have no tools for assessing or even considering students' mental health, perhaps here too the hidden curriculum can be leveraged for good. Let's take another example. For example, a girl who's called Sarah, for example, or Samia, whatever, a high achieving student, and valedictorian secretly suffered from panic attacks, while the former curriculum does not have a protocol for dealing with the students' social and emotional needs. The hidden curriculum, which exists within relationships and interactions, does. One day, when she had a panic attack in front of her college guidance counselor, the counselor was able to help connect Sarah to a therapist. As Sarah learned how to manage her panic attack, she began to realize her deeper motivations for doing well in school. Her friendships and relationships with teachers improved. She gave a brilliant graduation speech about how achievement is as important as well-being. Teachers like Sarah's need encouragement and guidance or guidelines for helping students as well as themselves to secure wellness. We may not quite realize how many of our students or teachers are going through what Sarah went through, overburdening themselves and risking their health to achieve in a rigid system. While the pandemic should have posed opportunities to reimagine education, we often resort to approaches of all defaulting to stakes testing and accountability standards. When we focus on this setting at the expense of relationships, schools lose their magic touch. Simple interventions such as a morning mindfulness routine are incredibly effective at fostering empathy and helping us remember what really matters in all of this, promoting health through establishing meaningful relationships. If we want to talk about rethinking achievement, while the frenzy of new school year is certain to be exciting and also stressful, this year, in any year, we should dare to think differently about achievement. The hidden curriculum contains more of the elements to real world achievement than we might realize. Embedded in its teachings are lessons of relevance and personal value, presentation and confident engagement and relationship building, the spring imbalances and opportunities that we see across education can be attributed to keeping these important values a secret. By making visible to the hidden curriculum and folding it into our formal curriculum, we can help all students to thrive. This is all about hidden curriculum. Maybe if there will be another lecture, I'm going to talk more and more about hidden curriculum. In fact, it's very important. And as I said, the hidden curriculum cannot be taught as the visible curriculum in maths, in social material subjects, or in science, but it will be taught through the way of the exposure of the material to the students, of offering and delivering the material to the students, by how to deal with the students, how to make good relationships, how to put the students in groups to exchange ideas and to find some people talk like them, speak like them, have the same interests, have the same values like them, and so he will teach, or the student will teach many more things, and he will take the morals, or he will be affected by the way the others will deal with him. As I said about Jay and Sarah, how they could go on in their academic life. That's all for today. So I'm so thankful for you and so pleased to meet you today. And so sorry I couldn't present my presentation because the internet in Gaza is very weak. If I put on the camera, there will be no sound and the net will go off. So I want you to excuse me for that. Thank you for listening. I hope that you have got the benefit you are seeking for. Thank you very much. I'm waiting for your questions if you want to ask me about anything. Thank you very much. And I don't want to forget that I have to thank IGP team with whom I'm very proud to be one of them. Thank you very much. Waiting for your questions. I have finished, Miss.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. time, welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Ma'am, professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new rate. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Nice to meet you today. Thank you. I'm going to leave. Goodbye for, inshallah, well, I think on the 25 of March, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Dear IGP knowledge seeker, time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will install our webinar. After webinar certification, we have online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. না। Certification process. Visit www.ddoigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next with the learning test, passing mark 80% if passed. Back to the course again to download your certificate. If you fail to retake the quiz, download the certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.ddoigp.com. Please sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next learning test, passing mark 80% if passed. Back to the course again to download the certificate. If you fail to retake the quiz, download the certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IJP Knowledge Seeker, is the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Change a few process for online quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.ddoigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button or give a link as a session name and join with the logged or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join. Enjoy our online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on official Facebook page and group Instagram Global Pro. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 26 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is, which is not related to hidden curriculum in education? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 75% people are right here. Second question is, the hidden curriculum in education associate with which perspective? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 20% people are right here. Our third question is, all students are subject to the hidden curriculum in education. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 80% people are right here. Our next question is, which of these is an example of the hidden curriculum in education? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 71% people are right here. Our next question is, according to Jackson 1968, what does the hidden curriculum in education refer to? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Our next question is, which theoretical perspective would say there is a hidden in education system? Is it option 1? Option 2 is the right answer. 20% people right here. Our next question is, education, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 50% people are right here. Our next question is, the hidden curriculum in K-12 education teachers, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 87% people are right here. Second last question of the session is, hidden curriculum in the critical theory of education, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 80% people are right here. Last and final question of the session is, school provide moral education in a hidden curriculum, is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 95% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz page and group Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in your top 10. Congratulations. We will get it from the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and Google Street of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy to save. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to go on the people of things all but understand. Before I start, hit the like button. I want to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.